Um, I'm here in Shingletown. This is my place behind me. Uh, Although this isn't really where we live, I have a fifth wheel in Washington. So uh, I don't know what to say about this place. It's kind of like a place we hope to retire someday, I guess. And what do we got here? What I got going on here today. So this crap is actually what I was doing before. I moved it from back there. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is just load it all up in my truck and then take that over to the dump tomorrow because a lot of it is just cardboard packing material and stuff. So I have to get this whole place cleaned up. We had a lot of start stops on moving in. And so, kind of, you got all these projects going on, just throw it in the garage and we'll deal with it later. I hope to eventually get some tool chests that are going to go over here somewhere. Actually, I don't really need this table to go all the way around if I have tool chests, so I might I might like take out this section right here and put the tool chest there because then they can like plug into there. Some of the tool chests have a plug-in thing. Uh, don't forget the microwave in case you gotta have a hot pocket from your garage freezer that's not here yet. Um, so just pretty much gonna clean this up. I have a lot of shit like this. It's like from Wayfair when we first moved in. We're just trying to quick and dirty with it to get some cheapo furniture, and hot damn, is that Wayfair just complete total garbage. So we ended up like not even using this thing because it just wobbled and shook so much. I'm like, yeah, no, there's no way this is gonna take me and the wife on this because yeah, we move around a lot. Um, And so there's a bunch of crap the previous owner left. Some like paint that's probably all dried up in those cans. I'm gonna have to figure out like I don't take them to the dump and maybe they'll tell me what to do with it. This shelf is just crappy. This like thing, I'm sure there's mouse poop in there. I don't know. So just have to kind of clean this place up because what I got going on here in these boxes is gonna be a home gym system. Uh, and then coming in, I also have like some of those garage tiles that'll interlock. It'll fill the whole garage. You can even park on top of those things. And then I'm gonna organize and orientate this stuff so that it fits better. Uh, clean up, clean it up. And right here, I just finished draining my oil filter from my motorcycle. I changed the oil on. Just clean all the sawdust up off of this stuff, and figure out where to hang. Previous owner like left the pegboard, but they took the pegs out. They were doing a lot of vindictive stuff because previously in the house there used to be this flooring. I think we have some over here. Um, yeah, this crap. It's like engineered paper. It's just paper essentially. And they caused the leak. And when we took the house possession of it, the floors were all swole up. So it was a total nightmare getting that fixed. Originally they were like, no, you have to claim on your insurance, and then our insurance was like, well, actually, because there's mold in the cabinet, we can time how long this has been leaking there, and that puts the leak happening just before your the final size before the final closing on the house. So it did put it back to the point where we knew they were like taking their stuff out of the house, as it had been reported to us. So they broke the thing and they flooded the house, and so then they did a lot of like vindictive stuff. Like there was some of the furniture that we wanted, like some of the like bar stools and stuff like that, and it's fine. You don't have to sell furniture, but we did not list the ones that they did leave behind. And then, somebody had died. So I knew like a lot of the stuff was probably just going to be like garbage for them, like, little fasteners or nuts and bolts or stuff, little things that they left in the garage. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure we could put a use for them if they want to leave them here. So we communicated that. And it seemed like they were going to until the dispute over the flooding happened, and it was their insurance company that had to pay for it. So they did weird things like leave the pegboard, but then take all the pegs that were for hanging the tools from. So right now, I just have like some big ass wrenches that are actually supposed to be with my fifth wheel that's up in Washington. That's where we normally live, is in the fifth wheel. And this is just going to be like our retirement place. But things I've done lately, kind of, it's not much, but I am just one guy with a shitty hand. So I did this recently with the stones, just kind of giving us a spot. I'm eventually going to put some gravel down right here because we do like to hang out at our picnic table. So one of the things I'm going to have to do is sand all this and get it refinished before it gets real bad this year. So now that winter's over, it's on the agenda. There's Jim. This is Ruby. I have 3 vehicles named Ruby. Actually, this is Ruby number 3. It's my Indian. I love that bike. And this is Jim. And there's Lance. Oh, by the way, Jim's a girl because he has hips. He's cis girl, but we can identify as whatever we want this to now. And I really mean that. So a lot of those rocks came from over here. So we had some trees here. And the first year we moved in, we had this blizzard, and they were like leaning towards the house, and one of them actually had like a rotting core. So we had those cut down just because it was too much of a risk. And so now I'm going to pull all these rocks up that the previous people had put here as landscaping and dig all these out. I'm going to have to rent a machine to get some of those because I cannot pick that up. And I'm going to continue to use them to line down like the edges of the driveway, just to give it some definition and it'll look a little cleaner. But today I got to work on organizing this because I have to put this guy together. It's probably going to be pretty complicated, and I think it's going to be an all-day job. We'll see how much of it I get done today. But for now, I'm just trying to figure out what I have going on over here because all that's going to go over there. Eventually, I want to put some insulation and sheetrock over the walls, and this will be kind of like our den. I don't like calling it a man cave because, like, if you interview women, they say they love being in the man cave. You know, like it's called the den. Okay, can we stop like, you know, pushing people out in their own areas and separating ourselves? The man cave is a place that's all inviting. You know, you can have your neon signs or however you see your man cave being. For us, I'm probably just gonna have the weight machine thing over here, and then we'll have like a couch and put a TV on the wall over there, and then over here, probably gonna take this table out, and that's where I can put some tool chests because a lot of this stuff can go into tool chests. But we had a lot of false start stops on moving in here, so it just kind of like, you know, put it in the garage, like there's nowhere room inside, so put it in there and we'll deal with it later. And it's just gotten to the point like we got to get it organized, and so this stuff, it's all gonna go to the dump. It's cardboard and crap. And don't buy stuff from Wayfair, they suck. Let's see if I can set the camera up here and get back to work. Good thing I checked on it because I was blabbing away, and you know, Kick was easier than YouTube Live or whatever. Yeah. I have a tripod somewhere, but I'm not using it. That's not gonna work. I think I have to go get it. I don't know if Ruby's watching right now. Hi. I'm sure nobody knows right now. This, I probably want to keep it because it matches the cabinets. Backsplash border. I wonder if I could put it up in the rafters though. Probably. Let's do that. Got step stool I can use. finagle this up in the rafters and just get it out of the way. Just put it face down, keep the dust off the finish of it, in case we ever have to replace that on our cabinets. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Start face down and then slam it around so then it's all wired up so that we've got to replace it. We'll look at it and go, who did this? Won't fall. I'm wearing slippers and oversized overalls. Didn't think I was gonna ever climb on anything otherwise. Probably would not have picked slippers of the. It's like a quarter round. Oh, I can use some. I don't know where I can use some of that group here. Check this out. Well, why did I keep these leaves in a bucket? I have no idea. Continue dripping a little bit more, even though it dripped overnight. It seems like there's still one more that wants to come out. Oh, I'm gonna put this guy over here and pick this up. I like to save a big piece of cardboard when I change oil, because when you're transferring it between jugs, I've never known like anybody to do it perfectly with it. It's not a drop spill. Something always happens when you're pouring a bubble forms and pops, or you have an old man twitch or something, and you're like, like shit, I spilled this now. I should take more magnesium if I'm twitching. Oh, here's the other piece of the windowsill. Now I'll just keep it. I'll be back. Later. Ruby, if you're watching, can you please text and say if you want me to take this to the dump or not? The Wayfair bed, it sucks. It's all warped. Because I don't want it anymore. I don't think we're ever going to use it. Waste of money. Such garbage quality. Because right now it's in the way. I think I'm going to go ahead and max some of this other shit out so I have an easier time to walk. There. Let's see if I can get something to sit on top of. Something slightly bigger to go behind it. Makeshift tripods. Who's watching? Nobody. Yeah. Ain't nobody got any reason to watch my channel. Like, he's that guy that makes the weird horror shit. Oh. Alright. Clean this shit up. Alright, I hope you guys can see. Outdoor speaker. Mostly what I'm trying to do right now is just clean everything out of the place where I'm going to be putting together the weight machine, and then I got to make sure that once I'm done I still have enough room to park the motorcycle in here. I don't really like it sitting outside. Maybe the seat will get jacked up on it or something. A lot of stuff we don't use. But that was loud. Back in winter. This thing, this Shark Hydrovac thing, was pure garbage. It just quit working. No reason at all. And we used it like 3 times. And then when I called Shark, they were being little assholes about it. And we just never got it returned. It just ended up being a piece of junk. Now I do have their robot, their Touchless Pro, and that thing's awesome. It doesn't get stuck on anything. It cleans every inch of that house. So you get what you pay for. If you buy the Walmart option, it doesn't matter whose name is on it, what they're known for. It's going to be a piece of shit. And I noticed that one time I was looking at Samsung TVs, and I was like, well, you know, they got, I said, they got this for $150 cheaper at Walmart, the same one. And then I looked at the model numbers, and the first part was right, like the same. But then there's like a suffix. It was like dash, like JC28 or whatever. I don't remember what it was. And even though they were the same model, those sub numbers means that this is the one that they use maybe lesser quality materials or a lesser quality product. And at the time I was looking it up, I said, you know, why does the Walmart model have a different sub model number, a suffix on it? And I guess the general consensus is that's how Walmart sells it for cheaper than what most anybody else can. It's because they send them a lesser model and call it the same thing. So a lot of times, like the ones that maybe they didn't, like they do like a color gamut test on all their displays. They also test for like dead pixels and stuff like that. And if they feel like, oh, no one's going to notice a dead pixel over here, we'll put the sub number on it. sell it at Walmart. And even if some people notice it, then even though we can't sell this under, at Best Buy or one of the nicer stores, then we'll at least sell some of them to some people who won't care and they won't claim warranty on it. It's all dirty. How do you make money? And how do you, obviously every display is not going to come out 100% perfect. No process is perfect. There's human beings are infallible too, so they're not infallible. They are fallible. No process is infallible. So, God, I wish I had tool chests. And not just tool chests, but like the closets. They're like basically, shelves with doors on it. So you can at least like keep the dust off some of the stuff that won't fit in the smaller case. And you don't want it to just sit out on the shelf collecting dust. Caster wheels, I don't know what from. Milwaukee tape measure, I love that thing. Should have got Milwaukee for this DeWalt stuff actually. Here's the motorcycle repair guy. Very classic. God. This one's up here. Because I'm going to have to move this giant log splitter and still have room. I guess I'm not going to count that this stuff is here because I'm going to take that to the dump probably on Tuesday. So let's see if I can not completely destroy my fucked up hand and move this one-handed. Alright, here we go. I want to set that down on my slipper. My chalks here. Chill hold. Uh-oh. Spilled stuff out of there. This goes to my blower. Let's put it over there with it. Probably never use the vacuum on it again anyway. It doesn't work very good. Like I could just pick this shit up and put it in the wheelbarrow. Like a forklift at a time. The vacuum's for people who want to like avoid their family and stay out outside the whole day with like a beer in the hand, like sucking up one leaf at a time. They're like, well, it's Thanksgiving and I hate my whole family, so I'm gonna stay outside with my leaf sucker here and beer. Tarps, we never have enough tarps, apparently. And we got this DirecTV King thing because we were going camping a lot. We used it like 2 times and then never again. This was a waste of money. Honestly, it's because Starlink came out and then like, well, now we can just stream it wherever we're at. So this thing, it's not really needed. I guess the cool thing about this one would be is you still get like regular TV and you can hook like the TiVo or the what is it called? I forget the DirecTV one's called. But yeah, you can hook up like the TiVo thing and on demand, or I don't know what they call it, but you record everything and then maybe watch it later. So like you record everything, and then when you're on the road and your kids are like sitting in the back seat, there's stuff they can watch. But I guess they have the mobile Starlink thing now that works in motion, so even now it doesn't matter. God, I hate Elon Musk. Did I say that right out once? Pretty soon there's going to be fiber from Frontier going in up here. I don't know if Frontier is a better company or not. I had problems with dealing with them in the past, but I know for one thing is that nobody from Frontier got on national TV and did a Heil Hitler salute, Nazi salute. So. I don't believe in bad words, but I do believe in bad messages. You'll hear me cuss from time to time. So if you've got kids who's got little sensitive ears that they never hear a single curse word at their elementary school, which is bullcrap if you believe that, then don't let them watch. Because I really don't give a shit. Now there are words that are particularly prejudiced and racist, sexist, prejudiced against sexuality or gender. But those words are no longer words. They're messages. Once you've escalated to a message, now that's where I draw the line. You want to fucking cuss, I don't give a shit. That's because if I say the word shit, what does it mean? It can mean anything. It can mean something bad just happened. It could mean that I'm astonished. It could mean that I stepped in literal shit. Of course, I don't think I'd be saying shit at that point. Something about mother. I don't know how much YouTube will let me get away with. So I'll try to keep it under a wrap, but I can't change my culture and I can't change how I talk. So, I mean, except that I can, because I'm actually from the South as a nomad. And I normally talk this way, but I got so used to covering it up because everyone looks at me and said, "Oh my God, I bet he drives a pickup truck and fucks his sister." It turns out they were right about the pickup truck part, you know. So I learned to cover it up because people judge me, man. This is the thing that I really wish you were watching right now. You can text me whether or not you want the Wayfair bed, because I'm piling it here for trash. It's going to go in the truck. So if you want it, you better text me to not get rid of it. But the baseboard is already warped from being out here in the humidity. Could we use those cheap slats for something? Maybe. I could cut the straps off of them and pull them apart. But I don't know what I'd use them for. It's pretty cheap, crappy wood. So if they got wet any, it would get ruined right away. I could use it for kindling, but I don't know what kind of glues they did to put that together, so I don't want to burn that. I think it's bad for the environment and my health if I use my inside. Oh. Am I taking these apart? Mm-hmm. Also fit in the dumbest thing when I drop it off. I'll have a machine that'll crush all that up. Live stream, it will not be a cleaning stream, and it'll be putting together a gym live stream. I'm actually pretty excited. So back here. Got maybe water coming in this side, probably seeping through because I don't have gutters. It's probably splashing up on the bottom of this. They didn't put a vapor barrier between this. What is it? James Hardy? It's Hardy board, Hardy panel. Yeah, James Hardy. You're supposed to put a vapor barrier underneath it. And I think there's even supposed to be a thing of wood, a small piece of wood. So, which sucks. That needs to all have to be torn off. If I wanted to put insulation there, then I believe I would have to tear all that off, panel it, put a vapor barrier, put the panel back on, if you don't destroy it, taking it off, which I bet you will. And then I could sheetrock it. But if I just sheetrock this, or put insulation, all that's gonna mold. It looks like on the roof, I have some, looks like organic growth going on the roof. So it's because there's probably not done with it correctly with the drip edge over there, so the water's seeping into the wood. And I do have some sapping on these boards here, so even though I've got this vent up here, it's still getting extremely hot in here to make that sapping happen on the wood. You'll notice that it looks like little orange like crystals on it. That's the actual sap. It's getting so hot, the sap is coming out of the wood and then crystallizing on the outside. And sap's what's made it strong, once that sap goes out, the wood gets real brittle and it breaks easily. Yeah, there's more sap in here. So, yeah, I have vents that go all the way around. All the way around. There's one vent up here and over there. But I think what's happening is in the summertime, there's not a lot of wind up here in the forest, so it's allowing it to get super hot in here. And you can have too much ventilation too, where instead of it's sucking in cool air, it's just spilling out on those spots there, so it's not venting properly. I guess one of the ways I could fix it is to put a fan up in there. I'm pretty sure it gets hotter on that side, so maybe this one would be an intake, blow nice cool air in, and that one would be an exhaust. And then, maybe if the cool air is coming in and spilling down onto the ground and pushing that hot air up towards that exhaust, it would work. But then you're trading off like a power bill for a cooler garage. Let's move this thing here. Procrastination. Yeah, why did they do that? Another thing that I don't like is that this wire for the power, they brought it over here and they have it touching like the metal screen of the intake or of the ventilation, and there's another metal thing like bracket or something that they've taped it to, and then another piece of metal that they've stapled it to. So I don't really like that because especially it's kind of rough and the staples are rusting anyway. Up there, the wind's going to be moving that wire back and forth. It's going to be rubbing on that metal. So that could be a surprise for someone. I'm going to go clean this. I'm going to clean this metal ventilation screen, and I touch it, and hello, I got 120 volts now. So. Yeah, maybe the shock wasn't enough to kill me, but the surprise of falling off the liner and busting my head on a rock was. Alright. smoke. It's my little new smoker that's seen better days. It's in a camping a lot, so it bounced around, got all rattled, fucked up.
There's no such thing as bad work. You watch her now.
So, clean this up. Probably just gonna. Yeah, there's a lot of this shit I don't want getting outside, so I think I'm just gonna get the shop vac for it. Strappings back here. So I've since changed where I keep the trash cans, because I think the trash cans being in here has attracted mice to come in here because they think there's food. Because mice, they don't really want to go places. If there's no food or water for them, they don't want to stay there. Yeah. This is a job for the shop vac. Ventilation here. It's getting a little bit warm in my hoodie and coveralls. All right. See what we got going on here. Shop vac is trapped behind a pile of junk. Oh, what is going to be the easier thing to do? Probably the thing that weighs 500 pounds. This has wheels. My good hands. That's heavy. Not unwinding. There we go. Just go up from that. So. There we go. And we're back. That's for water. There's that one for. I don't know if I'm going to use this one right away. This one for water. How big it is. I'm just gonna raw dog it with the open end. I'm plugging it right in here so the cord is constantly in my way. Alright. Maybe a little bit loud up. I love how this thing will put up rocks and shit. You're scared of going to the dump? Maybe I hope you're watching. I don't think you are. There. I think we'll be able to find out now. Hey. Trash my hand. Alright, so that's now I'm gonna just go ahead and plug it. Just put it off to the side. Easy access, easy access. See a little T-boat cover for the motorcycle. Put it over here with this chair. I do want to keep it. What we got in here? Oh, road chemicals. Oh, I'm gonna have more packing material. So. Oh, that sucks. Let's see who we got in the channel. Probably nobody. Yeah, nobody. Oh well. I'm just gonna end the live. Peace out.